This clay pencil tutorial was inspired by Daniel Martinez Lara when I first tried his fun art coloring goose. I couldn't find any complete tutorials on this channel setup, so I decided to give it a try myself. And now I'm sharing this tutorial to help anyone who wants to explore this technique. And I hope you enjoy creating with it. Let's get started. Step A to create a real pencil. I got some feedback on my before video that it was too quick, so I made this video slower and really helpful for beginners. There are two types of gel knot, one for extruding into a shape and one for creating a straw. I started with the first type. Please follow my step.
so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. I don't think so. No, 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 no. Maybe someday you'll have it your way. Maybe someday it'll all work out. Maybe someday you'll have it your way. Maybe someday it'll all work out. Until then, nope, a nope, a nope, a nope, definitely nope, a nope, nope, a nope. Probably never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. Oh no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. I don't think so. No, 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 no. Maybe someday you'll have it your way. Maybe someday it'll all work out. Maybe someday you'll have it your way. Maybe someday it'll all work out. Until then, nope, a nope,